So it's St. Patrick's Day. Today's March 17th, and that is a day that people celebrate Irish heritage. My family came from Ireland, so St. Patrick's Day is one of my favorite holidays. So I chose to wear my green wig to represent the green and my lucky headband. So the reason that it's green, if you followed Miss Bucko earlier, you will know that their nickname was the Emerald Isles. So that's why green's their color, and the shamrock is supposed to be lucky, and that is why lucky is a symbol. Alright, so our book is called St. Patrick's Day Shamrocks. This is a nonfiction book, which means that it tells you facts and information. It's not a made-up story. So we're going to do something different tonight where it's nonfiction instead of a story. We're going to learn some things about St. Patrick's Day. Alright. So the first thing you see in a nonfiction book is the table of contents. So we see that there's a table of contents, and the first thing we're going to learn about is meet the shamrock. We're going to find out what a shamrock is. A shamrock is a symbol of Ireland. Everywhere you look on St. Patrick's Day, there are green decorations. If you look closely, you will see that many decorations are shaped like tiny green plants. Each leaf of these plants has 3 parts with round edges. What are these strange looking plants? They're shamrocks. Shamrocks are trefoils, or plants that have leaves with 3 parts. Clover plants and some lotus plants are also trefoils. Other than being trefoils, no one is really sure what shamrocks are. Some people say shamrocks are a plant called a hop clover. Others think shamrocks are really black medic plants that grow in certain areas of Europe and Asia. Still, others think that sorrel plants are the true shamrocks. So these are what shamrocks look like. That's so crazy. I never knew that shamrocks were kind of a mystery. No one really knows what plant they come from. Most people, though, think that the white clover is the real shamrock plant. It has skinny green stems and pink or white flowers. It has round green leaves, too. White clover grows best in wet areas. That's because its roots are very short. A plant's roots grow in the soil and soak up water. Since clover roots don't grow very deep, clover can only grow in areas where the water stays near the surface. And since their roots don't grow very deep, that also must be why they're really easy to pick. I remember when I was with my grandma. She used to watch me all the time, and me and her would look for 4-leaf clovers outside in the yard. So that was really exciting. And they're really easy to pick out of the ground because their roots aren't very deep. You can't pick a tree out of the ground. All right, so we're moving on to a different part. The question at the top says, what is St. Patrick's Day? Looks like those people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I see their hat. I see the shamrocks on the hat. St. Patrick's Day happens every year on March 17th. On that day, people celebrate Ireland, Irish people, and a man who was good and kind to others. This man, called St. Patrick, lived in Ireland more than 1,500 years ago. On St. Patrick's Day, people wear green clothes to remember the green grasses and fields of Ireland. Some cities hold parades and have parties with lots of Irish music. Some people cook foods that come from Ireland too. Most of all, green shamrocks can be seen everywhere. So I remember in Miss Bucko's video, she said that she and her family cooked a special food for St. Patrick's Day too. All right, we're gonna skip ahead. The next part is telling us about who St. Patrick was. But, all right. Are shamrocks lucky? Just like my hat says lucky. We're gonna find out if shamrocks are really lucky. Long ago, people thought shamrocks had magical powers. They thought that because the shamrock's leaves stand up when a storm is coming. I didn't know that. Over time, people learned that this really wasn't magic at all. It was just the way shamrocks responded to the changing in weather. Today, some people see shamrocks as lucky plants. People feel that shamrocks, just like lucky pennies found on the street, can keep them happy and healthy. Today, the shamrock is a symbol of Ireland. The green color of the shamrock reminds people of the beautiful green fields of Ireland. It also reminds people with Irish relatives of the place from which their family members came from. Even if you don't believe in the legend of the first shamrock, they are still fun to decorate with on St. Patrick's Day. The end. All right, I want to go through and show you some of the pictures again. So here's the way that the shamrocks stand up when a storm's coming. That kind of does seem magical. That's exciting to me. I would have thought that that was magical too. Here are some shamrocks in a picture. What do you notice about all of the shamrocks we've seen so far? I've noticed a couple things. I've noticed that they're all green, and I've noticed that they all have 3 leaves. But I said earlier that I used to look for 4-leafed clovers with my grandma. It's said that clovers, well, they mostly grow with 3 leaves, but they can grow with 4 leaves. And it said that a 4-leaf clover is super lucky. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. This week, when it's not raining, because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. So this week, I want you to, if you can, only if you can, look in the grass in your front yard, in your backyard, if you have grass, if you have clovers. See if you have any clovers growing that look like this. If you see a patch of clovers, I want you to look through and see if you can find a 4-leaf clover. Now remember, that means it doesn't have 1, 2, 3. It means it would have 4 leaves around it. If you do, I want you to take a picture of it, and I want you to post it to this Facebook page. If you don't, that's okay too. But I want to see how many people can find a lucky 4-leaf clover and then keep it for themselves and get some luck for the rest of the month. Because everyone needs a little bit of luck. All right, so I know this wasn't a traditional bedtime story, but I really wanted to share with you some facts and some things about clovers and about St. Patrick's Day, and I wanted to show off my green wig and my headband. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.